Howdy, folks. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We are just getting ready for the live stream right now, and we will get started in a few minutes. Once you hear some musical tunes, you'll know that we're about to get started. So get a snack, get a carbonated beverage or drink of your choice, and we'll be getting to you live very, very soon to talk about Starseed Automate.
and walk away. Automation Nation, code and creation. Everything you need in one workstation. Set it, sync it, let it fly. Automation Nation, Starseed's alive. Starseed's alive. Scale out smooth, let the profits climb. Sell it step by step, right on time. Auto exit hits when you leave the range. Locks and gains, no need to change. Automation Nation, code and creation. Everything you need in one workstation. Set it, sync it, let it fly. Automation Nation, Starseed's alive. Automation Nation. Automation Nation.
Hello, greetings, salutations, everyone. It's exciting to be with you on this wonderful day. Star Team founders here to present and share with you our latest and greatest exciting update that we are calling Starseed Automate. My name is Vaughn Razor. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Starseed. I'll let my other partners introduce themselves.
Yep. I'm Batman, CEO here at Starseed. Super excited about this big update, which is the culmination of thousands upon thousands of hours worth of work. So super excited to bring this to you. And I'll pass the mic off to Shady.
Hey everyone, I'm Shady. Thanks for coming and listening in. Super excited to show off what we've been working on for the past little bit, and just super happy to finally share it.
Yeah, so today, right now, kicks off the closed beta testing for our new product, Starseed Automate. We're going to give you an overview of what we've been building. We're going to talk a little bit about the tech and the infrastructure. We'll provide some details about how this beta testing and our whitelist will operate and some of the things that we're looking for in terms of feedback and suggestions. We'll give some other updates about Starseed. We've been making, we've got some cool, exciting announcements that are right off the presses, and we've also been making some tweaks and adjustments to our platform fees to hopefully make it easier for you folks to engage and use our platform. And then we'll have time for questions and answers at the end, but you are certainly welcome to ask anything you want throughout the stream, and we'll be happy to take a look and answer.
Perfect.
So,
well said.
Yeah. Batman, I will, I think, open a stream real quick of our website if you want to start talking a bit.
Yeah, no. So what Razor's going to show you is pretty much the setup process with Starseed. This is going to be the first experience that most people will see when they hop onto the platform. And then you just have to sign in with your Phantom wallet or any type of Solana wallet. And then you'll be able to get access to our platform. So you'll see up top the dashboard, automate, and all these other profile tabs. Here, we're primarily going to be focusing on our latest update, which is automate. And he's going to open that up right now.
And explain kind of at the 1,000 foot level, like what is automate?
Yeah, so what we want to do with automate specifically is give everyone the chance to fully automate all your Meteora DLMM positions. Because right now, I think a major pain point with doing things manually is that you really have to keep a close eye on all your positions, right? It can get pretty taxing. It's hard to sleep at night sometimes when you have something in a very volatile market, which we're experiencing right now. So what automation does, it provides everyone advanced trading bots to manage all your positions, and each position gets its own unique bot which acts as a mini server, which is fantastic for people who really want to just set it and forget it. That's the main bread and butter of what automation does.
Yeah. So the first time you go to the Starseed Automate page, I already have my account set up, but you'll be prompted to create a Starseed Automate wallet. How this works is that you have your main Phantom wallet or your whatever your provider of choice is hooked into the Starseed website, and that's important for, if you're a seed holder, you'll be able to access discounts on some of the eventual platform fees by having your main wallet connected. But then once you're logged into the website, you'll be prompted to create a Starseed automation wallet. And that's a separate wallet that's hooked into the website. You can export your private key from the website to put it into your Phantom, your Jupiter wallet, etc. But that's going to be one of the ways that you can set up trading bots on the website. Shady, is there more you want to explain about the setup of wallets with the Starseed website?
Yeah, so we use top line encryption, just like everyone else. No one has access to any of your secret keys or anything like that. And the only person that can redeem it and see it will be you, and you can do that within the dashboard down below in the wallet management section. But again, probably shouldn't do that on stream for obvious reasons. But yeah, we used the typical AES encryption. It's everyone. It's like the standard for now. Currently, it can't be brute forced. So pretty confident in that. And yeah,
And you're able to generate as many wallets as you'd like. Click the generate button. It'll generate a new wallet for you with a new secret key. You can transfer funds to these wallets and then select what wallet you want on Starseed Automate to be executing transactions on. So you can use one of the Starseed wallets, but if you also have a personal wallet that you want to use because you're doing a lot of active trading on that and you want to be able to set automated functions on that wallet, you can import a personal wallet. So we've done that here with one of our wallets for the purposes of this stream.
Yep.
So
I know like it can be a daunting experience, right? To import your personal wallet, but as Shady said, like this is an industry standard encryption that we're using here. I feel very comfortable with it. I personally actually imported my main wallet into this, the one that's getting a huge meta airdrop if you've checked my account. So I feel very comfortable and very safe using our platform and doing stuff like that. Like Shady said, very hard to brute force this type of encryption.
yep. But if that is something that's a concern for you, like you can always send over a bit of Sol to one of the automated wallet or Starseed automation wallets. You could send tokens over whenever you're ready to do an automated function from your main wallet to one of the automation wallets. So choice is up to you. We've hopefully made it easy for you to trade and use the platform. Okay.
Yes.
Batman,
So I
would
guess
you like to
go
Batman,
ahead.
would you like to explain each of the what we're looking at right here on the dashboard?
Yeah, so the dashboard here, this is going to be I'll start from the top to and we can go bottom. So up top, you'll see a brief little account overview of your automation wallet. So whichever wallet you select at the bottom, this is going to give you the overview of its performance. So really cool things like your net P&L, the number of active bots you currently have right now, your win rate, daily average return, stuff like that. Things that are really useful for gauging the performance of your automated portfolio. We also have the token swap up there if you want to pull that up real quick. And this is making use of Jupiter's new V3 swap, so things will land very quickly, and you'll have really good fills. So we already made use of their latest API that they released. I think just like 10 hours ago, earlier this morning. So we've already implemented that to make sure users using our swap gets the best experience possible. So that's the account overview right there. Fantastic thing. You can also take a picture of it if you uh, want to gloat on socials, which is obviously something that we should all do when we're getting wins, right? We want to show off the power of Meteora and all the gains that you can get with it, and of course with Starseed. But moving on, so over to the right of that, you see all your open positions. And these are just open positions that are currently on Meteora right now. Um, and we take all those positions and show you them in Starseed. And if you see the little green blinking icon there, that just means that there's an active bot on there. So right now, I think you have a active bot on all of them, right?
2 positions open, 2 active bots.
Nice. So right now, hey, both of them are active, but if it wasn't, then you'll see a little red dot, and then you'll be able to click that little lightning bolt and start a bot on one of these automated strategies. And I guess we can just go into these strategies right now, right? If you have them on the screen.
Sure thing, yeah.
Yeah, so these are the available strategies for open positions specifically. We have some other automated strategies that we'll go into as we go down the website and go over everything. But for the open positions, we give you the option to set stop losses and take profit orders and the auto exit. And of course, the one that will probably be really popular with a lot of people is the auto rebalancing. And that's something we're still working on right now because we really need to fine tune that before we release that to the public. But right now, the main ones are the stop loss take profit and the auto exit. And we can go into greater detail. Do you want to do that now then?
Let's, wait a bit. Maybe we'll find a
Okay.
fresh token to open a position on, and
Yes,
then
that sounds good. So I guess we can move down a bit more to the token holdings. So these are all the token holdings on whatever wallet you select. Um, and here, this is where you'll be able to select one of our other automated features, which is called scale out. It's a little scale icon that pops up between or under any token that you have in your wallet. So if you click that, you'll see a few strategies pop up here. You've got your slow and steady, your medium, and your fast. This is similar to what we had before, but this time we added automation on top of it. So what this will do is it'll pick one of the if you whatever strategy you pick, it will scale your tokens out in one of those whatever the top pool is for whatever strategy you pick. And this is fantastic because you don't have to pay attention to it. So this is great for someone that just wants to sell their tokens, but they're not looking to exactly hurt the chart. You know, your hashtag protecting the bottom. So this is perfect for that. And you get some fees on top of it while getting scaled out with near zero slippage. So you're not losing to slippage, which is a huge plus. So something like that is fantastic. It's automated. So as soon as it scales you out to the upper side, it'll automatically close the position and you get all the SOL into your wallet right away. So that's the token holdings. And then we can look over at the active bots section to the left. So the active bots, these are all the current bot strategies are automated strategies that you are running. And we can go into greater detail with that if we find a token or something like that, we can explain what all these various columns and these actions are. But this is where you'll be able to monitor all the active bots and look at their actions as you have active ones. And then the next up is the DLM pools. This is similar to what we had on our dashboard. This is just your typical, if you have like a contract to pull up, yeah, I believe is a fantastic one. Um, this will just be your typical pool scanner, and it will rank it by whatever the top performing pool is at the time, or whatever has the highest TVL and highest volume. So in this case, uh, it's the 20 bin step 0.2% fee pool for Believe?
classic. Classic.
Classic, yeah. Um, fun fact, I think this is the pool I created as soon as they did the migration. So that's a fantastic pool. Not to toot my own horn, but I like that one. Um, so what you would do is you would just open up a position in one of these pools. If you wanted to like just pull up that screen real quick. Yeah, so this is just your uh, typical position management or configuration type screen. Here you can put in some SOL. You can select the price deviation, which is how what price range you want to cover. So in this specific pool, you can go down all the way to minus 12%, which means you're capturing 12% of the price action to the downside. And then you would hit next, and then you would open the position, and then it'll pop up under your open positions up top, and then you can add a bot to it. But that one is pretty much the same as what we had before. And then the recent activity, that's just going to log all your bot activity. So anytime it actually closes out a position, that's where it'll pop up, and then you can pull up a P&L card once you're done. But that's pretty much a pretty good overview of like what each of these systems are. But of course, if we can find a token right now to play, we can go into the nitty gritty of it and actually explain like what all these take profit, stop loss settings actually mean. And
Yeah. So maybe
I think Mythical Potato, the legend, the absolute legend, says that gold coin could be a potentially good example here.
gold coin, pump gold reserve. Yeah, that
Here.
doesn't look good. Oh, there's gold coin.
Yeah.
2.34 million. Let's pop over to Starseed command dashboard and look at that chart. Wow. Okay. That's looking nice.
Yeah,
So
that's
in
looking
this,
real nice.
let's see. So what kind of play should we do here? Probably soul-sided.
Yeah, soul-sided looks good. I mean, you could do 2 options here. I think in the past, I was not really comfortable ever going token-sided, right? But now that we have auto exit strategies, I feel a bit more comfortable buying tokens straight up and then just putting a conservative, 10 to 20% take profit order on that. So here I feel like you could really demonstrate either. But maybe going with a conservative soul-sided take profit stop loss order might be a good one for this.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's set it up. So we'll go over to Starseed Automate, and we can open the position from here.
Yep.
We'll plug in the CA into the DLMM pools panel. And it looks like best pool is either this 1% or this 2%. Maybe
Yeah,
we get away with the 2% pool?
yeah, why not? Yeah, let's try it. Which that has a lot of liquidity in it right now, right?
Yep. Let's put 1 soul in. What range are you thinking?
Um, what's the percent drop to that point of control right there?
Percent drop. Let's see. How do I pull that open?
Oh, that would be under the go down to. Yeah, it'll be under there. Oh no, 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 the one. If you click the
Oops.
little arrow by it. Yeah, and then the price range down below. Yeah.
Price range. Well, to the bottom, to the point of control is 16%.
16% sounds good. I mean, if we want to go a little more than that, fine, but I feel like 16% is okay.
Put in a 20. Let's go spot. And what happens here, interestingly, with Starseed Automate, because your wallets are hooked into our bot system, you should be able to create the position. It's creating the position right now. Let's see. I have an error message now. Shady,
Too many
we've got
requests.
we had a quick node error come up, Shady.
Yeah. We are actually in the process of upgrading our RPC. So unfortunately, haven't got around to that yet since we had some earlier news about something that we were going to announce here shortly. We were trying to get that ready for the demo. So unfortunately, I didn't get the RPC upgraded yet. We're getting rate limited by the RPC right there.
So should I try again?
Yeah, you can try again. You might. I'm trying to think if it might be better to do it through Meteora until we get the RPC upgraded.
Okay.
If it fails here, then we can probably just go straight through Meteora. That's my fault. It's
Yeah.
just not enough time in the day.
Sure. Maybe Shady, if you'd like to talk about that exciting announcement and news we've got, and I will open a pool quick on Meteora.
Okay, yeah. So literally about what was like an hour and a half before the stream was scheduled to start, we got some exciting news that we actually got accepted into the Digital Ocean Hatch program, which is basically it's basically a grant for startups. So they basically give us funding for a year, and that definitely will go a long way for us. For instance, like we can make our servers a little bit beefier, and then we can also allocate the funds that was initially allocated for the servers into like the RPC or stuff, and just it brings our costs down, and it's just a really nice thing to have. And shout out to DigitalOcean for giving us that and accepting us into that program, and also shout out to Believe, since if you are a Believe project and you get accepted into the Believe perks program, that's what we went through. We got accepted. So shout out to both of them.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting to be accepted into the Hatch program, honestly. Those credits go a long way. But it doesn't actually look like the position did open despite that weird error, right? We actually
Yeah.
didn't have to go to Meteora.
Yeah,
In the
it
end.
opened the second time.
Yeah.
So that's good. We've got the position open. We've got one soul here in this gold coin. And looks like it's pumping up a bit right now.
Yeah.
So we'll have to maybe two-sided was the play. But
Yeah. Or just go
can
token
show-
sided with the auto exit.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, no, for this one, I think we could still showcase the stop loss, right?
Yep. Okay, so now you've got your DLMM position open on Goldcoin. You can start to set an automate bot on that position through this page by clicking the lightning bolt to create a bot. So here we're just trying to generate some fees, generate some income. So let's set a stop loss or take profit. You go to this panel in the modal, and you can set both the stop loss percentage and a take profit percentage. So the way the stop loss works is it's checking continuously at the token price. And as the token price, drops down to whatever your stop loss level is, once it strikes that threshold, your position will close and you can have it converted to SOL, your fees sold. So that's a good protective measure. If you're playing a risky token and you don't want to potentially lose everything in an unfortunate rug, that's a good protective measure available to you. You can also set a take profit, and that's a really powerful option if you're playing a token that seems to be ranging between some levels. So let's say that Goldcoin right now is ranging between this high level down to the zone of the point of control, going up and down, and you're collecting fees. Well, with Starseed Automate, you can set a take profit percentage so that as soon as your position achieves, well, by default, 20% profit here, you can have the position close, you can take your profit, secure the bag, be happy, go get some coffee. So for here, we've got kind of a wide position with a 20%, going 20% on the DLMM. So I'm going to put a slightly wider stop loss on here so that I don't accidentally close my position too early. And then with the take profit, well, I kind of want to see this tech demonstrated. So let's do 5%, 10%. What do you think, Batman?
Yeah, we could just do maybe a 5 or 10% gain. Let's go with 5, just to be safe.
Great.
With honestly, with a token like Goldcoin, with how new it is, at least I'm assuming this is a new one. I think. I feel like I'd be more comfortable with a tighter stop loss. Right, like I don't know, like a 20% one to protect us.
20% stop loss. And then at the bottom of this menu here, you'll have the option to toggle whether you want to convert all your entire position to sold once it's closed, and whether you want to sell all your fees when closing. So we've called this in the past on Starseed clip it. We've also called it, it's also known as zap out. So let's create the bot. You'll be presented with this confirmation. And we'll talk more about the fees structure for the beta test in a bit.
Yep. And then it should pop up under the active bot section. We also have Chief and Riz up in the house. Welcome, guys.
Welcome, welcome, lads. All right, let's do a refresh.
Yep.
And
Okay,
there
perfect.
is our active bot on Goldcoin.
Yeah, and I guess now we can go into the nitty gritty of what's actually on that that little module there. So you'll have your name of the bot, or sorry, the name of the pool. You're going to have the position address that it created specific to that. You've got the age of the position, the strategy that's being used. So for this gold coin, you can see the SLTP, which is this stop loss take profit order that we have on there. And the cool thing is if this is really nuking or if it's going up, and you like if it's ranging really well and you're getting a lot of fees, you want to move up your take profit and your stop loss. You can do that easily by editing the config right there. So you can move these around as much as you want. This will just restart the bot and open up a new automated position on that. And then it'll just pop up under active bots again as it does that. And actually, our belief position is currently in range, getting some fees there.
Sir, juicy,
Yeah.
juicy fees.
Yeah. So actually, if we want to go to active bots again, this is another cool thing for those that they really love their details. They really want to see what's going on behind the scenes. You can click on the little page icon, and this will pull up the bots logs. So right now it's starting up. So soon you will see an entire log of what's happening. And here you can see that. So if you see any errors or anything weird that's happening with your bot, say it goes down, the way we have it set up is that each position has a specific pod associated with it, which means each position you have has its own mini server. So this is fantastic because every pod here is self-healing. And Shady, you can speak more to this because you know a lot more about this stuff than I do. But essentially, everything is self-healing, self-repairing. So if it goes down, it will come back up. But here, yeah. So we got the take profit order. It says it's monitoring it. You can see the total size of the position, the liquidity currently, the unclaimed fees. We currently have $4 in there. But yeah, this is a really fantastic tool. The take profit stop loss is active. You can see the stop loss is currently $144. So as soon as the position value drops to that level, it will close this position and clip everything to sold. So instead of getting like, say this dropped like, I don't know, like a crazy amount, there's a crazy wick, right? This will protect you against that loss. So to me, it makes it easier to play a lot of newer launches and potentially high risk launches when you have stops in place or you have security measures in place protecting your position. Like the same way in stocks, when you're playing options, like especially zero DTE options, like you've got to have stop losses in place to limit downside exposure. So you're just going to do the same thing here with a lot of these meme tokens. It helps preserve capital quite a bit. Just because I think it also protects against self-harm in a way. Because without these, I feel like mentally sometimes I'm thinking, okay, it can come back up, it can come back up. And then eventually I just lose the position entirely. So this will probably stop some people from making bad decisions, which I think is ultimately a good thing.
All right, well, we are heading into the lower portion of our 20% range right now. So let's look at the chart and see what's going on. Okay.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I'm not too familiar with the narrative here, but it looks like it's a play on gold specifically and how it's been mooning recently.
Does this mean this token is tied to the value of gold?
I mean, for the sake of our portfolio here, I certainly hope so. Gold hit some crazy metric recently. Actually, I think just the other day it hit 30 trillion in market
The,
cap, which is absolutely wild.
the market for precious metals right now is absolutely exploding. Gold,
Yes.
silver, oofta. How do you DLMM a precious metal? Maybe that's what
I
Meteora
feel
should work on after TGE.
precious metals in your pocket.
Yeah.
But we are seeing a lot of nice pump here. So if we go back to the log, actually, this will be an interesting thing to showcase with how the take profit works. So you see our numbers here. So you see the stop loss monitor. So the take profit is currently 191, right? Because we set a very conservative gain here, really, with what was it, 5%, I think.
Yep.
So basically, as soon as we, even if it's in the middle of the range, as soon as we get that take profit goal, based on the fees we gained, it will immediately cut the position and sell everything and clip or zap everything to Sol, all the fees, and then it immediately goes into your automation wallet. Um, this is that's fine. It just pops back up, but that's the beauty of the pods. It just continuously refreshes and comes back up. But yeah, this will just be monitoring, and this is fantastic because you don't actually have to pay attention to anything really. But of course, during the beta, like you probably should um, check in on things every now and then. Of course, we'll be giving out announcements if there are any big issues. Personally, how I play it is, I think my most used thing strategy right now is the auto exit because I am token sighted in quite a few things. So that's surprisingly my most used one right now.
Yeah, I mean, we have auto exits on both of these positions right now. We're have a nice bid ask going on the Believe Soul pool right now, and then we during one of our previous live streams, we went token sided on the virus position, and we're still waiting for that to pump out of range. So that one's been sitting there for a while. But we have
Yeah.
auto exit positions on them or auto exit bots on them right now, so that if Batman and I are sleeping overnight or something, and the price starts to pump on either of those positions, they'll close once they go out of range, and that's the joy of auto exit. I think it's something that works really good too with doing some of these low market cap meme coin DLMMs, because instead of doing this stop loss or take profit, what we could have done is opened the DLMM position and set
Mhm.
a auto exit on it instead, so that you open the position soul sided, the price of the token dips a little bit, and then once it pumps back up out of range, it will automatically exit, convert all your fees to Solana, and you've had a win. So I'm looking forward to doing some good testing over the next coming days with some meme coins too, to see the effectiveness of this tech in action.
Oh yeah, and I mean, like I said, I was always apprehensive about going token side, even on strong tokens, except for Soul, of course, and soon to be Met and Seed. But I don't know. There's just something about going token sided or just buying straight up tokens that always irks me. Because what if I miss a pump, right? What if I miss the exit? But here, this kind of solves that problem for me. I've had plenty of auto exit positions close while I'm just away from my computer. Not touching grass per se, but still away from my battle station or just sleeping, and it's saved me. It saved me plenty of times. Um, it saved me on some that were just like a straight scam wick to whatever the end of my range is, and then it just closed the position. Great. Because at least for me, manually, sometimes I miss that, even when I'm watching it in real time. But yeah, that is our auto exit.
Yeah, right now, gold coin is just kind of going to the right, and volume is kind of slowing down. So while we're waiting to see if gold coin goes one way or the other, Shady, would you like to explain it all about, talk a little bit about the infrastructure working underneath the hood and what makes Starseed Automate's technology really unique in the ecosystem?
Yeah, for sure. So whenever I was working on the infrastructure and designing everything, one of the most or two common problems I saw was one, uh, having to set up your own servers, had to like download stuff, had to run stuff. Another problem was most bots try to act like one person managing uh, X amount of strategies at once. So uh, i- in like a real world scenario that can get kind of messy. You can have issues with like queues backing up, latency, just because like one thing takes longer than the other. One failure can ripple across your entire ecosystem. So basically, if like one process stumbles, everything will stumble. And then with Starseed, I wanted to kind of flip the script on that. And have one bot do everything. So that means that every position gets its own dedicated mini server. It's that's it. Simplest way to put it, it's really just a pod in a cube environment. So you start one. You can start one without affecting any of the rest. You can update them without affecting any of the other bots. Say if we have 100 bots, one can go down and the other 99 will keep running with zero issues at all. And what you get with that is like you get individual control. So each position runs in its own environment. So you can run scale out on say position A. You can run auto exit on position B. You can stop position A, keep auto exit running on position B, and then say your position C was stop loss take profit. And like they demoed earlier, you can just edit the config on that, and those pods will never know that you're doing these things since they live in their own environments. And the next thing you get that is with no cascade failures. So in most scenarios, one exception in your system will cause a pretty big problem for anything down below it. So if one person has an error, then that's going to affect every other person that uses that system. So our solution to that is we have one worker for one position. So say if one worker goes down, everything else just keeps functioning, and then that one worker will try to spin back up until it's healthy again. And then you get like true parallel processing. So you get like 50 positions, you get 50 pods, and they're all doing the same exact thing the same time. So you never have to worry about like, oh, this position needs to run or that position needs to run. It's just they don't care about each other. They keep going or they keep going throughout their day with no issues at all. And then just like under the hood, in simple terms, everything gets their own resource isolation. So that means every pod has its own CPU, memory, and storage. So that means that, say, if Bat and I were sharing a house, so, like he wouldn't be a noisy neighbor. I wouldn't have to hear him through the wall. The pods don't have to hear what your positions are doing or other positions are doing. So like the heavy strategies can be heavy. They can use more resources. Meanwhile, like a lighter strategy can use less resources, and they just won't be playing like tug of war to try to stay alive since they all have their own allocation. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It just really pods can live in their own environment. They don't affect other pods, and they're self healing, as Bat was mentioning earlier. So if anything happens, you can just be confident that the bot will try to restart and keep trying to restart until it does. But yeah, I can pass it back over to Razor and see if the positions is anywhere close to being ready to trigger the stop loss process. But yeah, happy to talk about more stuff under the hood. So my DMs are open. You can reach out in the Starseed chat if you want to talk some more about it.
Yeah, we love talking the tech under the hood.
Oh,
Because
that was very doomer though about our position. Like we're just trading sideways right now. But
the one thing we got to mention is that for Automate specifically, like we built everything from the ground up again to make sure that this foundation is really, really resilient when it comes to this whole automated process because we want to add a lot on top of it, right? Like in the future, we want to do stuff like rebalancing, swapless rebalancing, and whatnot. So that takes a pretty strong tech stack to get all that stuff right with especially volatile markets and stuff like that. Like you need to have stuff that works well. You need to have stuff that works well for all the crazy strats we see, right? The high risk strats, like the heart attack strategy. Like things need to execute fast, and they do right now. Um, so that's what we really put a lot of our time into when developing this. But yeah, the volume is kind of slow on this one. And in hindsight, maybe the 1% pool would have been a good one for this one. That being said, um, if it does nuke, that will be a pretty cool demonstration of our stop loss.
yeah, it looks like the
Um,
chart is nuking a little bit. So let's see if the stop loss triggers at some point.
yeah. Well, it's only a -1% or 2% now, but we could actually up our stop loss on here if we wanted to have it trigger
True.
faster. I personally probably go with a lot of these newer launches. I've been doing about I think a 20% stop loss or a 15% stop loss on a lot of things. I kind of want to go lower though. I want to experiment with 10% from now on. Especially in an automation wallet. I'm doing this little challenge. And I've been taking anywhere from 5 to 10% profits on two to $4,000 sized positions. And I'm really liking that strategy. Most of it is auto exit, I will say, and token sided, of course. On specifically things that consolidate a lot in a specific range, like Launchcoin has or Believe now. That's been working really well for me. Auto exit honestly is like fantastic for a bid ask flip type play, which is what I've been doing.
We have the new stop loss of 10%
Okay,
set
cool.
on the bond. So that will be interesting to see. I guess while we wait for something to happen with gold coin, we can talk a little bit about the beta.
Sure.
So, Shady, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you just put in the first set of wallets we've whitelisted a little bit ago.
Yeah, that is correct. And then right after this, I am going to go ahead and upgrade our RPC. So hopefully that fixes the issue. I know we have a few bots running between all of us, so I want to go ahead and get that upgraded before we run into any more bottlenecks. But yeah, currently it's live and ready.
Great. And we're putting in this whitelist wave by wave so that we can test how effectively we're able to scale our infrastructure if we need to do things like upgrade our RPC. So right now, the first set of wallets that have been whitelisted are largely a lot of our active users that have used Starseed over the last 3 months, 2 or 3 months. So if you were a user of Starseed between August 5th and October 5th, then your wallet should be whitelisted to start with the beta testing. We'll be checking over the course of the next several hours and the next day to see how well the system's holding up and to collect all of the wonderful feedback we hope you provide us. And if things are going well, our next wave of whitelisted wallets will be the top 100 holders of our seed token. Starseed has its own token. It's called Seed. And so and then the next wave will be whitelisting the top 100 addresses that are currently holding Seed. Then afterward will be a lot of our continued supporters in the Starseed community and the greater Starseed community, a lot of other partners we have in the ecosystem. So any friends in the LP Army that are watching, we definitely want you to be able to get your hands on this and provide us with feedback. Anybody operating in the ICM ecosystem, we love our internet capital markets. So if you want to get your to testing and chance at using Starseed automation, definitely reach out to anyone on the team and we can figure out when it makes sense for you to get your hands on Starseed Automate. Depending on how all of that goes, we'll proceed to an open beta. We're not sure how long we'll be beta testing before we fully release Starseed Automate. If everything goes well, we'd love to have this go live before Met TGE on October 23rd, so that if folks want, they can just Starseed their Met tokens if they're not haven't contributed them to the NFT.
NFT. Dude, Jupiter did that new update with the new router, and I wonder how that NFT is gonna perform now. I have some invested in the NFT too, so I'm curious.
Oh yeah,
But, yeah, no, I plan on putting my meta allocation into a little auto exit.
definitely a very wide auto exit, right? Like 600%.
Um, I think so, yeah, I think I would like to do something like that with part of it anyway. Um, I kinda want to experiment with a bunch of things. So I've got the damn V2 set up for that NFT, right? I want to do a wide auto exit on some of the tokens, and the rest I just wanna hold and see what happens. Right,
And
I
see what
really wanna see how
happens.
all these, verticals that Meteor is working on actually, I think they're gonna produce a lot of good results. The Wall Street in your pocket could be a hard meta.
So that's the first set of beta tested wallets. You should be able to access Starseed Automate. Definitely give us feedback. We want all kinds of feedback. How the UI is working, looking, what makes it useful for you. If
Mhm.
something doesn't seem to be working in a way you expect it to, definitely let us know. The best way to provide us feedback is to jump into our Discord server. We have a bugs and suggestions channel where you can provide a lot of general feedback to us. And if you have anything you'd like to message us privately, I mean, you can message us privately, but we also have a support ticket system. So if you do encounter issues with Starseed while you're in this closed beta, use that ticketing feature, and our whole team is going to be around for the weekend to provide help and support.
Yeah, definitely. Um, I guess now would also be a good time to segue into the platform fees, right?
Yeah, so as part of the closed beta, we're doing some discounted pricing. So the first major update with our whole pricing structure is that if you remember back on the Starseed dashboard, we used to charge a fee for opening a DLMM position or closing a DLMM position. We've entirely gotten rid of that fee. So you no longer have to pay any SOL to us to open your DLMMs or close your DLMMs. That 0.004 SOL doesn't exist anymore. We still will collect a fee on we'll still collect a charge or a tax on the Meteora DLMM fees you earn through the platform when you close, but we want you to be able to open and close as many positions as you want because we know that you're trying to optimize when you're getting entry. So that's one kind of one big update across the board, specifically for the beta test. And as a segue into the general pricing structure for Automate, what we're doing is charging for this closed beta period, a 0.004 SOL, which is like 80 cents or something, when you activate a bot. So earlier, we activated a stop loss take profit bot on Goldcoin. When creating that position, you would pay a 0.004 SOL fee. to activate that bot. And then if you want, you can edit the config of that bot so you don't have to close and reopen it if you decide to change your take profit or stop loss. But I think that's a small fee that we're charging for the beta just to cover some of our server and operational costs. Shady talked earlier about how incredible and resilient and self-healing and how active these bots are at monitoring data and executing decisions. It's not cheap, so that's part of the reason why we're charging this rate right now. But yeah, that's a small nominal fee for activating automation bots. After
Yes,
the
sir.
beta is closed, we'll change to a slightly different fee structure. That information and information about the entire Starseed Automate system is in our documentation. So you go to our documentation, we have a section on platform fees and discounts. And you'll, once we go into the public release, those fees will increase a bit. Oh, something also really cool that during the closed beta test, during the closed beta test, we're not going to charge you any fees on the DLMM fees you earn. So it's just that 0.004 SOL to spin up your bot, no charges on any of your DLMM fees. So you get to take your entire profit bag home with you, because we want you to get as much as possible out of the platform so that you can submit as much feedback to us as possible.
Yep. I mean, the real point here is that we want to stress test this system like no other. And that's the main goal. Like, we want to make an even better product for everyone in this ecosystem.
So do folks have any questions?
Any questions at all?
I was hoping we'd get to test some of the. I mean, we could open another position real quick on something more volatile, and do like a 3% range or something, auto exit.
You could also just edit the config to fit whatever the current profit or loss is for the gold coin.
Okay.
So you can just open the logs and see what the percent is, and you can change the stop loss to whatever it is currently at.
Ooh,
And then
we're
it would
at
just
negative.
close it.
Yeah, we're
Hey.
we're at. I've never been so happy to be in a loss. We're at about 7.5 right now.
Yeah. So we're teetering on the, what was it, the 10%? Yeah, 10% threshold right there.
Well, let us know if you have any questions about Automate, about the tech, about features. Batman, would you like to tell us about like what's, we're doing this closed beta right now. We're hoping we'll get to do a full release sometime next week, maybe, if everything goes well. But what's happening beyond then?
So beyond then, I think the biggest thing that we want to release, and what we're working on right now, is honestly the rebalancing, right?
Yeah.
That's the next big thing. That's personally what I would use the most. It'll probably be a mixture between auto exit and rebalancing, because to me, the idea of rebalancing something like Sol USDC, especially in this type of volatility, that just sounds so juicy to me.
Yeah, and how is that rebalancing system going to work?
I feel like that's a secret right now, right?
I'm testing you. You always leak everything.
Yeah, no, we definitely don't want to leak how we're gonna do it. But we have a pretty good idea in mind of how we want to attack that problem.
You know what? I could I set my take profit to 0% and we just exit at break even?
0% is actually 0% or blank is actually if you don't want to set a stop loss or take profit. So if you passed it in 0% as like a take profit, it wouldn't close it. That just the way that it currently decides if you just want to go like one-sided for a stop loss or take profit?
Obviously, I knew that, and I was just setting you up to explain that.
Okay. Did you change around the stop loss on this thing?
No, I'm gonna tighten it up real quick. So we're gonna do 0.1 and 3% stop loss.
Which we're currently in, right?
No, it went to like a 1% loss.
Oh, did
So
one?
we're
Oh, did
yeah,
it just like wick up?
it wicked, yeah, and we were getting some decent fees.
Oh, nice.
So it was sort of starting to get covered. It'd be fun to watch this for a while longer, but I just want to show off the tech. So we've restarted the bot, and surely it'll go up or down soon, right?
Yeah. You know, the stop loss, when you want to showcase that off, honestly, finding what might be the most ruggiest coin would be the way to go. Right? Share us your
All right.
rugs, guys.
Yeah. Anyone want to make a token call real quick?
Yeah, right. You can create the token if you want. We won't hold it against you.
We're testing it for the tech.
Yeah, we're doing it for the tech, guys. It's not about the money. It's about the technology. I guess we should also mention that we're doing another stream tomorrow. So, you know, if the price action isn't as juicy right now, hopefully it'll be tomorrow. Right? Yeah. So
Yeah,
these are the upcoming events.
we've actually got 2 streams
Yeah.
coming up. So you can join us again tomorrow if you're in the. Actually, I think I've got the dates messed up there on the top one, so we shouldn't use that.
Yeah.
But we do have another live stream
one
tomorrow.
Yep.
Well, gall darn it! I think I just missed the bot shutting down.
Oh, but look, keep this window open. So here it tells you it's when it executed it, it shows the transaction of the swap using Jupiter Ultra. Like we said, we're using V3, which just got released today. And yeah, there it swapped to the Sol. So you just put 1 Sol in here, right?
1 Sol, baby.
Yeah. So right now we limited our exposure on this using a stop loss to just 0.09 Sol versus losing a lot more.
And really, that's priceless.
That really is, yes.
So we've got the recent activity. You can see that the stop loss take profit trade executed, and you can click on View P&L to generate one of our fabulous Starseed P&L cards to brag about your stop loss with all your friends.
Whoa, yeah, gold coin is really nuking right now.
So
Nice.
we only sustained, after all the fees, 3% loss.
No, well, that's actually not bad.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good stop loss to have. We definitely hedged our risk.
All right. Well, Potato actually gave us another potential play if we wanted to do one right now. It's FAP coin. This could be a good token-sided one potentially to play the moon mission.
Oh geez. Well, we'll do that, but I'm gonna set a stop loss. Okay. I don't these hot fresh meme coins. Ooh.
You don't want to do an auto exit on this one?
Sure. Why not? We can play a little risky.
Yeah, we can just play with like I don't know, 0.2 Sol.
All right, we got our FAP coin.
All right, perfect. And then we can go to our DLMM pools, right?
Yeah, I had to get the CA.
And
Do
which
that.
pool is this? This is the
5% 200 step.
okay, 200 step. Okay. Let's just do, I don't know. What should we do? Like a 10% gain?
Let's do it. Let's even do it as a bid ask, man.
Yeah. They'd ask that baby.
So we bought some tokens. We are creating the DLMM position. You do it through
Yep.
Starseed Automate, and it's even faster because you don't need to sign the wallet confirmation.
Yep. And I think we can ignore that RPC issue for right now, or create it again just in case. But
Yeah, I think you gotta hit it twice, or I did last time.
yeah, and just keep in mind, guys, we are upgrading the RPC right now, like as we speak. We're doing it live.
Yeah.
um,
Let's see. I'm gonna open it on Meteora real quick.
sure. The 10% one might like get scaled out while you're opening it potentially.
Is it just mooning?
No, it's just that each price swing is about like 5 to 10%.
All right, we have just opened the position.
Okay, so it's there, and you're doing the auto exit when it pops up.
Yeah, once it pops up.
All right, potato. Let's see. Let's see those juicy fees.
Right, Fab coin, there it is. We're at the bottom
Yeah.
of the range. We've got our bid
Perfect.
ask. Let's go set a auto exit
Exit.
by clicking the lightning bolt, hitting auto exit, and I want to scale out and sell off once we get to the top of that range. So I'm going to deselect exit on lower range and convert everything to SOL.
Yeah, and hopefully this does pump back up. Otherwise, it would seem like the take profit stop loss order would have been the better way to go.
Yeah, yeah. So far, it's not looking good.
No. This is generally also why I feel like over the past month or so, I kind of switched up my methodology with playing a lot of tokens. And I just go for higher cap ones. Like the volume might not be as juicy, but still, I feel like I've had way better returns overall. I just took a swig of some carbonated chaos because that's what we're about over here at Starseed.
One thing you'll notice is that our daily P&L performance chart has updated after we closed the gold coin position. So unfortunately, we have our first loss on the board.
Yes, but it's minimized loss, right?
Risk mitigated loss. That's like my middle name.
All right, so I guess we're just going to wait for that, hopefully, to pump back up with some volume here.
Yeah, so let's find that bot log and we can watch that.
Not looking that great.
It's coming back up, maybe.
Okay, no. With enough hopes and prayers, it'll be back up. But yeah, no, either way, I think realistically, if we are playing tokens this low, going with the take profit stop loss probably is the safer option, right?
Depends on the type of play. Like,
Yeah.
I normally wouldn't have done like a top last token sided. I probably would have gone soul sided, and maybe a auto exit would have pumped me back out. But hey, that's why we only got 100,000 coins. All right. I think I am going to close that position though, which is also means we can test another functionality inside the automation suite. So you can stop your bots, and when you stop your bots, you can have them zap out your entire position. So that point isn't doing so well right now. I'm getting scared and nervous, and I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep tonight with that going on. So I'm going to zap out while closing the bot. The bot is stopped.
Yep. And if we haven't had any RPC issues here, it should have zapped everything over to Soul.
Yeah. Yeah, man, looks right to me. Everything back to salami. Bot closed. Executed. And another beautiful P&L card for the wall.
Nice.
To glaze Jupiter even more than they already deserve. So the cool thing about Jupiter, the Ultra API, our RPC really doesn't really go into, or doesn't really factor into sending transactions whenever we do this, because they have an order endpoint, and so basically that returns the transaction that the user will sign, and then they have an execute thing where we just send the signed transaction, and then Jupiter does its magic and lands it for us.
Oh no, that's very nice. That's cool. And yeah, Fapcoin reverses. Apparently there's PvP between two different Fapcoins, and this one might be winning now.
Yeah, that's some good volume, but
Yeah.
you know, that's why you set the automation bot and you don't tinker with it. Because the high rolling emotions can get to you. But let us know, folks, if you got any questions. Let's talk about what's coming up tomorrow. There we go. This one's correct. So tomorrow, Batman and I are going to be back on another live stream. We're going to be going in the trenches, looking for any hot tokens that we can DLMM and showcase the Starseed automation technology. So we'll be doing that at 4 p.m. Eastern, US Eastern tomorrow. And then on UTC time, that is 8 p.m. UTC. So we'll be back here live to prowl the trenches and use Starseed Automate. And then another exciting announcement that I don't know if it's gone fully live yet, but we're planning to be on the Microcap Gem Show next Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. US Eastern. They're a really great podcast, live stream show that takes a lot of projects in the ICM ecosystem and has a nice conversation. We're going to be going live there to talk all about Meteora DLMMs, Starseed and Starseed Automate, and maybe tips and tricks and strategies that we might be employing looking ahead to the Met TGE next Thursday.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting week. Between this podcast appearance and then overall the Met TGE, I think it's going to be an amazing time for everyone involved in the space. It's going to be the greatest liquidity generation event ever. And we here at Starseed are ready to grasp that opportunity.
So check us out tomorrow. Check us out next Tuesday. And between now and then, whenever, we'll be open to your DMs and in our Discord and Telegram. If you've got questions about the beta, if you want access to the beta, if you have feedback about the platform.
Yeah, no, definitely. If you have interest, especially with, the MET-TGE coming up, stuff like this can be very helpful to managing your MET tokens even, right? So if you have interest in joining, testing stuff out, now is the time to let us know. Like Razor said, reach out into the Starseeds DMs right here on X. Reach out to us on Discord. Like we're always like perpetually online, basically. So if you reach out to us somewhere, we'll see it. But yeah, any questions that you guys are seeing pop up anywhere?
No, I think folks are radically content.
Very nice. Then I think this might be a good place to call it. And then, of course, tomorrow we'll do another deep dive in the trenches, more so than we did today, and really hammer away at our platform with various tokens that we find.
Yeah, we'll get started with the whitelist. I mean, the whitelist is already out.
Yep.
Shady, as he's mentioned, is working on some important server upgrades. And so, correct me again, Shady, if I'm wrong, but at some point, once that server change goes live, people will need to shut off their bots, or we'll need to close them. Would you like to explain?
Yeah. So basically, what we're doing is we're swapping our Kubernetes cluster, over to DigitalOcean. So what that means is essentially one server is currently living somewhere else, and the other one's the newer one is going to be on DigitalOcean. It'll be a little bit beefier and all the good stuff since we got that grant. But the downside of that is, unfortunately, we will have to have people shut off their bots. But it shouldn't be like a large downtime. It should just be like flipping a switch. Like I'll just say, okay, all the bots are off. Then I'll just click the deploy button, and then after about 10 minutes for it to build and run all of its tests and stuff, users can go right back to the website, spin up bots again, and like nothing ever happened.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, folks, we're going to leave you off with that. Get excited for Starseed. Automate. We're just entirely relieved to be able to have this product out. Huge, infinite thanks to Shady, our CTO. I think he deserves a little bit of public recognition for the countless hundreds, thousands of hours he's poured into Starseed between our initial concepts back in January, when we launched Starseed Command in March, and even like another 6 months later, we're here in October, keeping hammering away at some really cool technology that's here right before MET-TGE. So, Shady, you deserve a huge round of applause. And if we were in an auditorium, I would demand everyone stand up and give you a clap. So.
Thank you.
Please clap. Yeah, no, seriously, Shady, you've been amazing and instrumental to Starseed's continued success. But does this mean that he gets time out of the cage? Because that's what it sounded like. Yeah.
No. He's got to. Yeah, no, we can't let we're not. There's more coming. So.
Yeah. So not yet, Shady. Not yet.
But yeah, we're gonna leave you with the information about our upcoming streams, and everyone, welcome to the Automation Nation. Play the song Batman.
I'm trying to get to it. All right, here we go. I'm gonna play us out.
Yeah. With the bots on the block, we don't miss a trade. With Starseed, automate, your future's made. Stop loss, take profit, instant play. Set your goal and walk away. Automation Nation, code and creation. Everything you need in one workstation. Set it, sync it, let it fly. Automation Nation, Starseed's alive. Starseed's alive. Scale out smooth, let the profits climb. Sell it step by step, right on time. Auto exit hits when you leave the range. Locks and gains, no need to change. Automation Nation, code and creation. Everything you need in one workstation.